Peace, fam. When it comes to avoiding soy, you may very well likely be eating it in either one form or another, even though you might not see a warning label showing the presence of soy. But you may very well be eating soy and/or soy-derived products. Soybeans are processed in two major forms: the oil form for restaurants and the fuel industry, and the meal form for the animal feed industry. The meal is fed mostly to pigs, cows, chickens. So the thing is, when you eat beef fed soy, you're eating soy. When you drink milk from cows fed soy, that's probably the realest form of soy milk. Now, your beef label won't list soy as an ingredient, nor will your milk carton. Hence, these are the hidden sources of soy in your intake, or what you would call diet. Now, the smaller portion of the soy meal is processed for things like soy milk, soy flour, tofu, and various other products. If you've been paying attention, you know that soybean oil is in just about everything. Margarine, salad dressings. It's used to pack tuna and sardines. It's used in almost all commercially sold baked goods like breads, crackers, cakes, cookies, and pies. Now, up to 80% of these market products usually have soybean oil in them. The oil is used to a large degree by many restaurant chains, and if you ask them, like I have, what they cook their food in, they'll probably tell you they cook it in vegetable oil. But what they won't tell you, or what they'll forget to tell you, is that their vegetable oil is a hybridized product comprised of vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean oil, and maybe another oil. So you think you're eating fries, but you're really eating fries and soy as well as other products. So to look at an example of how far-reaching soy and the potential GMO products go, let's look at the subsidiary brands carried by our main food processing corporation, General Mills. Okay, so here we have General Mills, okay, and they're open about this, but just to show you the percentage of products they use that not only have soybean oil, but GMO products, they give you the straightforward answer right here, okay. This is the General Mills corporate website, of course. And the question was, do you use GMO ingredients in your products? The answer, yes, we use GMO ingredients in some of our products. The broad global consensus among food and safety regulatory bodies that approved genetically modified ingredients are safe, gives us the confidence to use them in our products that we share with our families and yours. Additionally, the vast majority of our U.S. products contain ingredients grown in North America, which has widely adopted the use of biotechnology to improve agriculture. In fact, today as much as 70% of our products on store shelves in the U.S. are grown from genetically modified seeds. Now, exactly how many brands does the General Mills Corporation control or produce? All right. And again, let me say this. General Mills is very transparent. I actually use a few of their products, their organic products, of course, and you'll see below which ones I'm talking about, because I would appreciate transparency more than I would information that's difficult to find or that you have to actually write the company to. I don't like that. Okay, but when it's out in the open, at least you know who you're dealing with. Okay, so the baking products under General Mills would be your Bisquick, Betty Crocker, okay, two very well-known brands, Gold Medal, Pillsbury, cereals, Cheerios, Chex, Kix, Count Chocula, Trix, gotta eat your Wheaties. Well, maybe not so in this case, depending on what your preference is. Doughs and pastry, Pillsbury again. Fruit, Cascadian Farm. So fruits that would be under this label would be also under the General Mills corporate production brand. Ice cream, Haagen-Dazs. Meals, Betty Crocker. Green Giant, that would be for vegetables also, I would imagine. organic anise, and that is the product that I use, or I have used. I don't use it anymore, not necessarily because of any type of distrust issue, but because I just grew tired of the product, very limited. But this, again, is just an overall view of the scope of what can be involved in GMO products. And this is just from one corporate brand, basically. Okay. But again, at least they're transparent about it. Another thing you might want to note is that although there's strangely very few and skittish information about the end products of soy being in the meat and the biofluid of cattle, there are mentions of it, such as in this article. Now, a question is, if cows are fed soy products, then all of the products from the cow could potentially have soy products, soy residue, or phytoestrogens more specifically in the product. So if you're talking about a cow, to make this simple, if you're talking about a cow being fed soy feed, then you're talking about the milk and the cheese made from the milk, the cottage cheese, and various other products made also containing soy, which are not labeled as containing soy. So, in this Iranian Journal of Public Health, all right, found on a government site, this is how far I had to dig to find out that there is actually a link between the phytoestrogens found in cow's milk and soy. Okay, follow me for a second. Okay, now they cite it as a natural occurrence of estrogens in foods with plant and animal origin. Okay, since nowadays use of more vegetal flours, which are known to contain high amounts of phytoestrogens, including isoflavones in animal feeds, is usual, then it could create a great concern about the possible transfer of these compounds from the bovine feed to the milk and finally to human food chain. Phytoestrogens are capable to interact with both typical oestrogen receptors A and B, thus they may act as endocrine disruptors. Plant isoflavones, especially in soybean products and other legumes, are converted by intestinal bacteria to hormone-like compounds with estrogenic activity. So if the cow's internal systems are producing or are creating estrogen-like products, byproducts, then that would indicate that there is a product in the milk, there is an element of the milk that may be a result of the cow being fed soy. So the product that is in the milk may not be labeled a soy residue or a soy product, or it may not be mentioned as thus, but there is definitely an effect, or there is potentially an effect, since we do know that this conversion of the soy product does result in a phytoestrogen, then we know that there is a result, or there is a biological change in the milk as a result of the soy feed. Okay, and this is the type of digging and deciphering you have to do to find out these things. So basically, you put it together when you're talking about a cow products. The end result is you're going to have a product that is biochemically changed because of the soy feed. Okay, let's just be politically safe and put it that way. Okay, but you know where I'm going with that. So though you may not see a label or any other disclaimer about soy in certain products, chicken, beef, milk, cheese, eggs, fast food, ice cream, mayonnaise, which are extensions of dairy, and many other foods may have soy or estrogenic derivatives of soy in them. It's not just a matter of looking at the label anymore, but knowing the science of how food is produced from beginning to end and all the substance processes in between. If you learned from this video, help support the study and time to bring this knowledge to our community. It does take time and effort to be concise and as accurate as possible so that we can stay abreast of important health information and techniques. Please visit the site and follow these links.